So if you are thinking about donating money to a nonprofit, going to a fundraiser for a nonprofit, starting a nonprofit, joining a nonprofit, volunteering for one, there are a few things that you should know. There are a few things that you should look up, and these are all free to look up. First thing you're going to do, you're going to head to that state's Secretary of State website, and you're going to pull their articles of incorporation. There, you're also able to pull their statement of information. So the articles of incorporation are basically what separate a business from a person, right? Now let's move over to a statement of information. If we're looking at a nonprofit and they send in a statement of information, they should have a CEO, a secretary, and a CFO listed. Those three positions should not have the same individual on them, because there's a thing called separation of executive power and finances, basically, within an organization. And if there is no separation of that, who's to say there are no checks and balances? Who's to say the head of an organization is not misusing funds? So, go to your Secretary of State's website, check that out. It should be free for you to do that. 2, you can go to the Attorney General's website. If you are about to donate money to an organization, or if you are about to, go to a fundraiser, have a fundraiser, you should go to that Attorney General's website in your state, and you should see if they are registered with the Attorney General. First, you have to see and make sure that they should be registered with the Attorney General. I'm going to backtrack just a sec. This is kind of like what the Secretary of State's website will look like for most states. This is California. This is the Attorney General's site where you can check the registry of charitable organization. And you can see here, if you wanted to read it, you can basically tell. This is a good way to tell if an organization is a good organization to donate your money to. So you can type in the name of the organization and it will show you a bunch of different information. I don't want to show it here on TikTok because I don't want it to take my video down. But if you type in the organization's name, it will tell you the status of the registration of that nonprofit organization. Now, do keep in mind, some organizations may be exempt from this, but you can see if an organization is registered. If they are exempt, it should state that. If they are closed, it'll state that. If they are just not registered at all, it will state that as well. And then finally, if a nonprofit organization is tax exempt, they do have to file specific forms with the IRS. Now, it depends on the form that they have to file with the IRS, right? Some might be a 990N, some might be a 990 Easy. There's a bunch of different forms that different organizations may need to potentially file with the IRS to get their tax exempt status. But that information is all free to pull. Secretary of State website, Attorney General website, IRS. So if you're ever concerned about a nonprofit, those are just a few different ways to get a feel, to see, are they good? Are they legitimate? Do they have a good reputation? You can also request a copy of their bylaws, either from the nonprofit themselves or from the IRS. You do have to pay a fee with the IRS, always. I hope this was helpful.